Alright, runners are going to be starting very quickly. Alright, so pretty much for anyone that just is new here or hasn't seen any of these races yet, there's currently a Super Mario Galaxy Any Luigi tournament going on, where pretty much, so Luigi is unlocked based, like, when you get all 120 stars as Mario, beat Bowser again, and then after that you could play as Luigi, and so pretty much Luigi is just used by most people because it saves around 5 minutes of cutscenes earlier.
This is true.
It's just in the beginning of the run, so pretty much a lot of runners that speedrun Super Mario Galaxy speedrun with Luigi, just because it's, and also Luigi gets more height, so
Makes a lot of tricks easier, yep. And we're off. That's really synced. Holy cow. Alright. So I think both players are playing on 3D All-Stars, right?
Yes.
So I believe Steak has the better PB here. I'm not sure what Joe's PB is.
Steak's PB is around a 225. I believe Joe's PB is still around 245.
Okay. Steak is at 225? What? When did that happen? I'm sorry, I have not been very active in the community, so I have no idea what everyone's PBs are now.
Okay, so before I explain anything else, pretty much both of these runners are running on the 3D All-Stars version of the game that recently came out, which also introduces faster loads and Korean text. So if you are running using one player, then this is the version that you would use if it's if you want to. It's the fastest version to use. Some runners just opt to still run on the Wii U Virtual Console version of though, just because that's like second fastest.
Yeah.
But first off, we have bunnies. Also, this is another change that 3D All-Stars introduced, and bunnies pretty much they run slower on 3D All-Stars.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
So pretty much it's easier to catch the bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Wow.
Both runners having pretty clean bunnies, or relatively decent bunnies. It'd be clean for me. I'd take either of these bunnies.
Yeah, I usually on UBC go for 112, 113 on average. 157 Luma for Steakanator probably means around 112, 113.
They're around the 3 or 4 seconds apart.
Yeah, the load into Gateway on 3D All-Stars is like a second or two faster than Wii UBC. I think a lot of people stay on Wii UBC because it's more competitive, with more people on it. All-Stars, for someone who's run on Wii UBC for a long time, is very difficult to get used to.
It is very difficult.
Select few people who have gone both ways and chosen All-Stars.
The pointer alone, like, instead of using a sensor bar, it's basically just, you can readjust the pointer whenever. I think that I used to run on 3D All-Stars. That is one of the personal struggles I had.
Yeah. It definitely takes some time to get used to the Wii UBC pointer. After coming from All-Stars, because you have to be facing the TV at all times. It's not like you can recenter at any time. Neither runner opting for Gateway skip.
Just because.
Just because it's.
I believe right now it's just a 2P only strat.
Yeah, there is a 1P setup for it, but it's pretty hard still. No one really goes for it.
Yeah, just both runners pretty much moving through Gateway. They're going to be getting up to Luma cutscene skip. And pretty much just, there's a 4-frame window from when you land on the ground where you can backflip, or yeah, like Steak
just
just
like
did.
that.
You could backflip or jump or like, and then you were able
Joe
to
misses it.
skip the text cutscene that Joe just triggered.
Steak's audio seems fine to me, Toogs.
Yeah, Steak's audio is okay on my end as well.
Yeah, seeing that time loss from Joe. It's not as big of a time loss on Korean because Korean just has much faster text.
But it's
if you're
still a
playing,
relatively, I'd say
yeah.
it's like 10 seconds, but
Yeah, on English it's like a 15-second time loss. So in Japanese it's not as bad. Korean is also not as bad.
still a relatively decent bunnies for both runners. But Steak, I believe, has like a 17, 18 second load now, or second lead.
Yeah, Joe gets a 428 gateway, which not bad, honestly.
Yeah. Definitely he would have been a lot better off if he didn't miss Luma cutscene skip there. Still nothing to complain about.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see this from Steak right now, but in like a few seconds, right here when it fades, these text blocks here are the only text blocks in the game where it's faster to just to spam A instead of holding
Yeah.
A, because the text just doesn't move faster on those text boxes.
Yeah, if you hold in every other text box in the game, if you hold A, the text boxes go faster.
Yeah.
But those ones, for some reason, they really want you to pay attention to the story, even though we can't really understand the story. So
I mean, unless you can
mash
speak
straight through them.
Korean or read Korean.
I can read Korean, but I can't understand it. So. Ooh, little bonk there for Steak.
Although by that logic, couldn't anyone read Korean?
If they learned the alphabet, which is honestly not that hard. So.
I think both runners there they bonked on that pole right outside the terrace, I believe. Minor time loss.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what routes they're using. I'm sure Steak probably is using the latest route.
I believe he is. I don't know about Joe, though.
Joe might be using an older pushback route as opposed to the going commando, as they call it, as the kids say.
As the kids say.
Yeah, I'm an old man. Ooh, Steak failing a fast movement.
Steak missing a Mogus climb.
Is that what that's called?
Yes, that is what it's called.
Why? My boomer brain can't handle this.
We get a confirmation from Toogs that Steak is indeed on going commando, which is about 35-40 seconds faster than pushback 2.1, but I'm not sure if that's the route that Joe is running on or not. But it opts, instead of doing Battle Rock 2, 3, and Comet, you do Good Egg 3, unless you're using 2P, but you use Good Egg 3, Ghostly 2, and forgetting what the other star is. Sling Pod, that's what it is.
Yeah, Sling Pod.
Actually, no, it's not Good Egg 3, it's Space Junk 3, that's my bad.
Yeah,
Good Egg 3 is... I think that's just a minor optimization.
Yeah, but Good Egg 3 is better, so Loop sucks. Can't change my mind.
Yeah, Loop sucks.
Steak doing the Dinofauna fight. No. The nice thing about 3D All-Stars is because the Starbit collection is so much easier, the going commando route is actually much more safe for a 1P runner.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to miss any Starbits on the way. Like, when you play in Wii VC as 1P, you kind of have to make sure you're getting the extra star bits you need if you miss some. On 3D All Stars, you're just gonna get all of them, so it like doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because the 3D All Stars cursor is just the hitbox for like collecting star bits is just a little bit larger, which makes a huge difference throughout the run.
Yeah, on Wii VC, I always end up within 10 star bits of 400 for Sling Pod, so it's always like right at Space Junk 3 that you get 400. That tight. After that, it's fine, but especially if you don't do the crazy skip.
I believe in my last run, I use 2P on Wii U VC, but I believe on my last run I had 400 like out of Terrace, so it definitely is a big difference.
Yeah, there's also levels where it's actually more worth it to get star bits on 3D All-Stars because you can get more of them, like maybe Good Egg 2. And Wii U VC on Good Egg 2, on the first planet, you kind of, when you're landing on Wii VC, I would normally expect to get around 18 star bits. I think on All Stars, you should be expecting to get closer to 30 upon landing here. So we'll see how many Steak actually gets. It's actually pretty consistent on this version. So powerful. Oh, 21. It's not 30. Yeah, this is where you have 30. So yeah, 3 more star bits than you would normally have here. Because if the cursor just reaches through walls, to get star bits that are behind walls, it's really insane.
Yeah, there's this like running joke throughout the Galaxy community that's like, if you're on 3D All Stars, pretty much in order to get star bits, you kind of just point at a wall.
And they will come to you. Joe's audio.
But pretty much for Good Egg 2, you need 100 star bits into this Hungry Luma here that Steak is about to feed. And really a lot of the optimization in this level is just coming from how many star bits you get and where you get all the star bits.
Joe keeping up here. It's probably about 30 seconds behind right now, so...
You're starting to see a little bit of a differ in pace, but it's really not very much in the beginning of Terrace, just because there aren't... I wouldn't say there are too many harder strats up until Honey Hive 1. Honey Hive 1, I think, is definitely where we're gonna start seeing Joe fall back or Steak just pull ahead.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is that you can kind of tell difference in skill level based on movement. Like the higher level runners are going to have movement that's just a little more, looks a little bit more comfortable, a little more smooth. Low level runners, they might bonk in a few places. They're still getting their footing, you know.
Yeah, still just trying to get used to actually running the game, doing the movement, you know.
Yeah, and Galaxy's learning curve is honestly pretty consistent. I would say as you get further and further along, it's actually pretty easy to pick up harder strats. Once you get used to movement in one place, you can pick up a harder strat somewhere else. Get used to that. It's not horribly difficult to get used to it, I would say, as you get further along.
Yeah.
Considering the game is pretty forgiving in general.
I can agree there.
We're seeing the Good Egg 3 here from Steak. Better level. There's only 9 stars you can do right at the beginning of the game, actually, in Terrace, I believe. Or 10 stars.
Yeah, 10, including Bowser Jr. 1.
They do that so that you don't end up getting 13 stars and then doing, or getting 12 stars and then doing Bowser Jr. 1. Because that triggers very interesting things to happen.
Alright, so we're going to see both runners doing Good Egg 3 here. So, I believe that confirms that Joe is on Going Commando.
It doesn't necessarily confirm it, because you can do Good Egg 3 instead of Loop-de-Loop pushback. But
That's
it's,
true.
yeah, it's honestly the only difficulty with going commando is, well, first of all, learning Sling Pod, which is stupid, and also the Starbit Collection, which is mitigated by 3D All Stars. So
Yeah.
it's like I think on All Stars you probably can skip the M and Good Egg 3.
But
Which
luckily,
is like,
we are not going to be seeing any loop-de-loop in this match today.
yes, that is the best part of this. when Going Commando first came out, I was so excited actually to run the game again because there was no loop-de-loop. Let's take a clean bridge skip there.
I opt to do loop anyways, just because with 2P you can get 112, I believe it is, starbits just from the race, which is very helpful in terms of making sure you have enough.
So now we're in the King Caliente fight. Not really much to say here, just hit him 3 times. I know there's a 2P strat here, where you hold the coconut on one of these cycles, or phases.
Yeah, and then you, like, you hold, so pretty much what you do is you hold the first coconut that he shoots out, and then you wait for the second coconut, and pretty much, like, hit them towards him at the same time. It pretty much I want to say it cancels a cycle or something.
No,
I've
should,
never. Yeah.
Yeah, it would actually hit him twice.
Yeah, so pretty much you just have to get the next time.
Yeah, that probably saves like 10 to 15 seconds because each cycle is actually pretty long here. And now we're gonna head over to Honey Hive with Steak. Joe will be following very soon. Joe taking it a little safer here, going further back to make sure he gets the coconuts. The high level strat is to kind of just long jump into his face for a 1P runner. So it's a little risky. You can miss the coconut. Totally understand why you stay back a little bit to make sure you get the hits.
There's just a lot of things that could happen. You could miss the coconut. You could take too much like lava damage.
Right, now what separates the boys from the men, which is Honey Hive 1 skip.
Yeah,
So
Honey Hive 1 skip saves a lot of time, and it skips pretty much the entirety of the level. We don't care about the story in Honey Hive 1. We don't really care about the bee.
Yeah, the toads are already at the top of the tree. We want to just go meet them. And I feel like this skip has always been more difficult for me on All-Stars because I use notches to determine my direction here. Let's see. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, it's definitely good.
Seeing a butt slide
Very
variant
clean.
from Steak. I believe we're going to be seeing a belly slide variant from Joe. Just butt slide saves a little bit of time over belly slide just from the fact that in order to get a belly slide, you have to set it up.
Yeah, at the top of the tree.
Yeah, you have to get to the top of the tree and then set it up. I'd say it's probably around 10. Maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. Oh, Joe opting to get the stump here, playing it safe.
Interesting. Yeah, I know also for some runners who are not as used to the game, they will grab extra starbits in certain places to make sure they have enough, because starbit collection and movement together are very hard. Missing the slip jump there a little bit.
Yeah,
getting used to
here.
Getting used to starbit collection while doing movement is actually very difficult. Because it's actually a lot of multi-managing things. So
yeah, it's like with most games, you just use like the controller, the buttons, but in the Galaxy games, you have to use the buttons on the controller and the pointer at the same time.
The angle looks good.
This looks like a pretty solid belly slide.
Yeah, that looks good. Oh, a little far to the right. I was scared he was going to make it.
Yeah, belly slide is a lot more lenient with the fact that you can like be pretty far over to the right, and just because you have backwards momentum, you'll still be able to make it.
Yes, there's a common trend in Mario games that backwards momentum is actually just OP.
Yeah.
I think the only game where that really isn't, and actually no, Sunshine it's the case as well, because you hover backwards and you just go way further.
Yeah.
And faster. Yeah, Mario games have a trend of backwards momentum being broken or not broken, but just really strong for some reason.
Steak here going for tower climb.
As opposed to tower skip, which completely skips climbing the tower. Using the spring though. Interesting.
I think he's messing his movement up a little bit.
Yeah, something I've always wondered about is 3D All Stars just have more wall bonk locations or like easier wall bonks?
I think it's. I don't know if there are more locations for it, but I think it's just a little bit easier to spin bonk.
Okay.
Like I think there's. I want to say there's a little bit more frames where you will spin bonk, just from experience, but.
Yeah, as I've always noticed on 3D All Stars that the little spin bonk that happens sometimes where you just fall off the wall.
Yeah.
Seems to happen a lot more often.
Both runners now being relatively far apart, just for it being terrace, just because there's Honey Hive 1 and now and 2. Just because the different movement and strats. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be seeing tower climb from Joe, or if he's just gonna opt to take the launch star.
Let's see. He's doing
yeah,
launch
he's
star.
taking
So
a launch star.
We'll see tower skip. This is pretty standard, like 2-3x, 2-4x strat. You really don't need tower climb saves maybe a few seconds at most. Tower skip is honestly pretty fast on its own.
Yeah.
So this is a...
highly doubt we're going to see Steak here going for B-list, but you never know.
Yeah, so basically tower skip, you just go up to there, and instead of falling down through the hole, you drop down to the tower with back momentum and land on it. So
nope. Steak is taking the B. So pretty much there's a skip in Honey Hive 3 right at this section here where you could... It's like almost frame perfect. You need to have some very precise long jump spins, and you can get to this Bugaboom planet here without the B, and that just pretty much makes it so it saves a little bit of time in Honey Hive 3, but it also loses a slightly less time in Honey Climb, just because you're going to have to see the animation.
Well, Steak not going for the triple jump here. Interesting. Yeah, there's a faster third hit here. I'm not sure maybe if he just didn't get like the movement he wanted for it, or just didn't want to go for it in this run. He felt like he didn't need to do it. What he did was the safer strat. There's a triple jump you can do over like the little pond on the planet, and you can hit Bugaboom about 3 seconds earlier. So I don't know. Maybe it's just an All Stars thing. I don't run All Stars. I don't know anything about it. Okay, and then final level of terrace. Well, not final, but it's the penultimate level of terrace is flip switch. Pretty fast.
Pretty fast, although the movement still somewhat makes a little bit of a difference, I've been told. You pretty much just walk around, get the flip switch panels, and then get the star.
Yeah, good movement here. Key to getting good times. Not a lot else to it.
Yep.
Little skip here, though, to make sure you get the optimal route.
The optimal route, unless you get what's called a frame-perfect jump.
Got zapped there.
And runners call it an FPJ. So pretty much, if you jump, like, the frame that you land on the, like, in the beginning of a galaxy, you'll jump, and then, instead of having to wait to move, you'll just be able to move almost right away. And so there in Flip Switch, there's a cycle that's only if you get frame perfect jump, but it's very difficult to go for because you need the frame perfect jump.
No, Joe finishing up plenty. I have 3. Also, probably hitting flip switch. Can't imagine to be doing loop-de-loop.
It looks like we're going to be seeing a... I want to say it looks like we're going to be seeing a 25 here from Steak. 25 Terrace.
25 is pretty good. Yeah, the split time for Mega Leg is about a minute from when the cutscene starts, I think. Or a minute from when the cutscene ends. So, it'll probably be a 25. Ooh, falling off. Slightly faster triple jump than the old strat.
Yeah, the old strat you'd have to go over to one of the cages and then just triple jump off that, but with a very tight triple jump you'll be able to just reach that barrier. But yeah, as you will notice in Galaxy, there are a lot of gravity skips. And so pretty much, you know, it's a very gravity-based game. If you reach, like, the gravity... what's it called? The gravity field of a different planet, you'll pretty much just go to that planet instead of actually having to be on the planet. But yeah.
Joe doesn't get zapped. I got a little bit of a bad cycle, though.
Yeah, he missed the optimal cycle by a little bit. I think just because he long jumped over instead of just a jump.
Something you can do there as a beginner, you can spin when you get close to the edge, and you could still kind of make the cycle. And that it just lets you land on the ground just a tad faster, so you can maybe touch like the bottom of the panel and then jump on the spiky dude. Yeah, so it looks like a 25 3x from Steak.
Definitely a
pretty good
terrace from Steak. Also, collecting those star bits while triggering the cutscene will duplicate them, pretty much.
What?
And
what?
Like, if you... I've been told this. If you collect, like, a bunch of star bits while you trigger the star cutscene, like, get the star, and they don't, like, reach you until you get the star, you get more.
Oh my gosh. I did not know. Is that why it's like 32 on that one instead of 28?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I'm learning new things. Yeah, I think my personal best terrace when I was in my prime was at 2509. 25 3x, not bad in a game this long, so...
Honestly, I haven't seen any major mistakes from pretty much either runner yet. Like, it definitely seems like they're both having pretty solid runs.
Yeah, for the strats they go for sure. They go with a pretty good number of starbits there. Yeah, he'll be fine on starbits. I think I would normally enter Fountain with 300, so you can get about 100 in the space junk levels.
Yeah.
To get to the 400 you need.
He'll definitely be okay for Slingpot, though.
Slingpot's the only worrying one.
Alright, so Space Chunk 1 skip from Steak. Oh, Joe missing the bullet bill there.
Yeah, you really got to get up to the cage to get that bullet hit.
We'll be seeing Space Chunk 1 skip here from Steak, unless there's just some miraculous miracle where he doesn't go for it.
I can't imagine.
If you, like, get... This is another backwards momentum skip. If you get enough backwards momentum out of a pull star, you'll be able to skip, like, half of the level.
That's not a good angle. Yeah, the number of angle. Oh, I guess one of the gravity planets.
Too much backwards momentum, and you'll you'll just reach that gravity.
Yeah, it really just depends on where. Hold on. Like you have to release the pull star at a certain point, or you get pulled into the gravity. But if you don't get the right angle, then you have to keep resetting it. Until you get it. It's a really dumb skip, and there's like a handful of angles that work. You just kind of have to know which ones actually work. Ooh, missing Sludgy Hop. That's a little bit of time lost. This is why Spider Bounce is better. Oh boy, he's struggling a bit with this. Joe has a chance to catch up here.
I believe... Doesn't Sludgy Hop rely on tilt? Like,
Yeah,
don't you
sludgy
need
hop is
tilt
a
for
tilt
it?
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Galaxy has a thing called tilts, where in some places your jump is higher, and walking around in certain areas actually makes your jump higher. And mostly you see it with triple jumps in this game, affects triple jump height. Like, it's just a way they determine gravity and stuff, and it just affects jump height.
Yeah, so
So
there are a couple of skips you can get out of that. Or just having better tilt will make you jump higher.
yeah, diagonal surfaces are weird in this game, especially. Anything that's sloped is, like, affecting your tilts, pretty much.
But Steak having an overall not too bad Space Jump 1.
Yeah, I think Steak in the chat would disagree with you, but...
It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. He missed the skip once,
yeah, he missed a few times, and then Sludgy Hop twice.
and then Sludgy Hop a few times.
Sludgy Hop hurts to miss, because it's actually pretty easy to set up, once you know the setup for it. It's a hard one to swallow. A few misses on. Now Space Junk 2. We'll see if both runners remember to set up Camilla. Now Joe has to do Space Junk 1 skip.
I think Joe set up Camilla, and I believe Steak did too. I believe I saw both runners setting them up. Oh, Joe missing Space Junk 1 skip.
Yeah. His angle was like... You want Luigi to be facing, like, downwards. Like, you want to see his feet be going upright for a good angle. Yeah, like that. So anytime his feet are facing upright, and he's also facing, like, away from the camera, like, that's a pretty good angle.
Yeah.
Where you know you're getting the right max momentum for that. Opting to break the crystals for the toads here. That makes sense.
Sludgy Hop can be kind of difficult. It can be very difficult, actually, if you don't understand it.
As we saw with Steak, even people who do understand it really well
Yeah.
miss it sometimes. Okay, yeah, Steak definitely set up Camilla as well, because we're seeing green shells only.
I believe Camilla Nip saves around 20 seconds.
It saves quite... I don't think it's that much, but it's quite a bit for a high-level runner.
Yeah, but pretty much before before you start a run, as long as you don't like close the game and you like can pretty much manipulate the way what Camilla will throw. Well, because like usually she'll alternate between like fire then shell, but if you do a setup before you do your run, or even like in 120 you do deep dark during the run, but then like you can get Camilla to always throw a shell like we saw from Steak.
Pretty silly little strat. Entering Space Junk 3, which is a very hard level, so I'm curious to see. Right there on Joe's screen, we actually saw him have to really hard try to point off screen. On All-Stars, sometimes the pointer... because like you can point off screen and hit the next star that's available that hasn't been done yet, you haven't obtained. But on All-Stars, because of the way the pointer works, sometimes the pointer's already on screen.
Sometimes it just doesn't go off.
It just doesn't go off screen, so you have to actually manually point at the star or force it to go off screen somehow, which I still don't know how to do.
I've had issues with my sensor bar before where I'll be pointing like my Wiimote 90 degrees compared to the sensor bar and it'll still be on screen.
Yeah. Weird technology used for this game.
Like the sensor bar can sometimes be so broken to the point where using 2 candles is better. And it is possible to play Super Mario Galaxy and use your Wii U or Wii with 2 candles. But I don't recommend it.
I've heard a lot of stories about like you shouldn't play Galaxy with a window behind the TV or anything like that because light can affect, and any infrared signal can affect the Wii Remote's sensor bar. Switch, obviously, that isn't a problem. You just have the gyro controls But
yeah, gyro definitely works a lot better than having a sensor bar.
looks like Steak is trying to do pretty spicy Space Junk 3 strats. He's doing very specific. Yeah, he's going for this very specific setup that will
where
actually
he
turn
can
the spider over
automatically hit
immediately.
the...
Yeah, and I think he got it. Yeah, he got it. That's actually insane. Yeah, so that's a strat. I don't know who discovered that, but I've seen it before, where you like go to specific sling pods around the spider in order to make sure you hit the back of the spider with the toad on the second phase. And it saves a bunch of time.
That toad can be very helpful in our speedrun.
I gotta learn how to do that.
Runners right now are about a star apart, one Space Junk 3 apart.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned with Steak, but we'll see with Joewarm coming up. But on the glass planet with the the maze inside, you could pretty much
you don't have to do that.
Crouch and then spin, and then like if you let go crouch at a specific time, you could clip. You can like Luigi's hitbox will clip low enough into the glass that it will trigger the launch star.
Yeah,
and you'll pretty much just be able to spin and take the launch star from the outside.
Yeah, it's a property in both Galaxy games where spinning while crouched lowers the hitbox of the character for some reason. So Galaxy 2 we use it to actually skip straight to the star in Battle Belt.
Did Steak go for that?
Levels. Yeah, Steak did it. And Joe will do it now.
Joe will do it.
Perfect. Right there. It's actually really easy. You just have to be right over the center of the launch star on this one.
Yeah, there's like a...
The launch star hitbox extends really high, so...
Yeah, there's like a bunch of lines-ish on the... Oh, Steak taking a death, but there's a bunch of lines.
Sling-potted.
There's a bunch of lines on the glass right in front of the... Right out on top of the launch star, and pretty much if you crouch and then shake right where all the lines meet, then 99% of the time get it.
Another death from Steak.
Steak kind of having a bad sling pod right now.
Yeah, you can make that that shot right there that he just tried to make, but it's really hard to actually hit it. But you can make the shot. Yeah, there we go. This time it was fast enough to make it. Well, at the very least, he's gonna have enough Star Wars for Sweet Sweet.
Yep.
Pretty much guaranteed.
You could just take that as extra starter grinding.
There's a nice needle thread at the end there. Joe opting to not do the fast strat here. Makes sense. I wouldn't do it either because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Tyrannotox can be a bit of a struggle bus because it's dealing with sling pods, which are already horrible. And like missing one of those bulges is just really bad.
Yeah.
And so something cool about the routing here is that because we do sling pod as the 13th star, it would send you to the front of the observatory anyway. So, but the cutscene that Steak just saw also sends you to the front of the observatory. So you kind of stack cutscenes there by doing sling pod as the 13th star. Yeah, the funny thing is, if you manage to somehow do a Bowser level as a 13th star, or get a Grand Star as a 13th star, it actually completely breaks the game. Which, that never happens in a normal run, because the developers were smart. But in other...
In like a casual playthrough.
No, not in a casual playthrough. No, it wouldn't even have a casual playthrough. If you were to change around the star numbers that you need to get in certain levels, as we do in Bingo for Galaxy, it's possible to do a Bowser level as a 13th star and completely break the game. Not in a good way either. So, right. Now we'll get to see here if Steak does Battle Rock 1 skip. I can't imagine Joe would.
Steak does not, I believe.
Okay, so no Battle Rock 1 skip here. Usually only people who have are going for like sub 220s will go for this skip.
Sometimes not even then.
Yeah. People who are capable of sub 220 usually go for this, I should say.
Yeah.
It's really something you need if you want to push that low, I think. You see Joe, some slingpot here. He has a little bit of an easier time going for the
Joe's
lower cycles.
opting to take the easier cycles for good reason.
Fair,
Slingpot can be a very difficult level. But you can see he's like just dragging his pointer across, and he's like pretty much always getting the star bits. On Wii UVC, it's harder to get those star bits.
Hit by the fire, Lino's slingpot, epic save there. Okay, pretty clean from Joe there. So picking up a little bit of time on Steak there. Steak is obviously still full level ahead, but every little time save counts.
Yep.
Alright, so now we have Space Junk Comet on Steak screen. Not much to say here. This is literally the same level as we did earlier, so...
Just Space Junk 1.
Yeah,
it's just another Space Junk 1, which it sucks because that means you now have to do Space Junk 1 skip and Sludgy Hop again.
Yeah, well, Steak gets a chance to redeem himself here.
Let's hope he does so. Ooh, that's a good angle.
Clean.
That'll work.
Let's go.
I always like when people get setup lists. Pretty much they don't have to set it up and they just get it.
Setup list is cool. Clean Sludgy Hop. So Steak 1 for 2 on Space Junk 1 today. Pretty good. 1 for 2 is always nice.
Yeah, definitely feels better to. It probably feels better to get the second one first try compared to the first one because you don't have to do it again. Like if you get the first one first try, you're like, oh, I still have to do it again, but now you don't.
307 on the timer there, pretty solid. Alright. What's next? I always forget. Is it Rolling Green? No.
Yes, it's Rolling Green, I think.
Yeah, Rolling Green has a skip in it. Looks easy. Can be difficult.
It could be actually quite difficult. I don't know if Steak is going to go for it. I know Joe is probably not going to go for it.
Yeah, definitely is different on All-Stars because... Oh god, Joe!
Oh, Steak losing the... or Joe losing the bill.
Just getting hit there. Yeah, I don't know about the gyro controls on All-Stars. I've heard that they're actually... Another one lost. I've heard that it actually makes the skip harder.
It might make the skip harder, but I didn't mind the gyro controls on 3D All-Stars. They're... Oh, not another bill.
Yeah, Joe, if you're watching this back, don't jump. Don't jump for the Volt Bill on here on this one. Because it will actually
Joe,
go lower.
if you're watching, please.
Please, Joe. Please
Please
just walk. Please just don't jump until you get to the other disc. It makes it way easier. Don't jump. Don't. Well, especially don't jump. It's like the bullet bills are weird. Like they follow the movement of the character, like as a shadow. It's kind of like the Cosmic Clubs in Galaxy 2. It's like a shadow. So.
Ooh, Steak almost taking a death and Rolling Green.
They kind of lag a little bit behind. So if you are going downwards, they actually go downwards a little bit longer than you do, so they'll hit the ground.
Yeah.
It can be really annoying. Tackle says it does not make the skip harder. I don't know. I'm just used to Wii U, so.
And I do not go for the skip, so. I think it's only like a 5 or so second time save anyways, maybe 10.
Mm-hmm.
Really not much. It's also somewhat risky because if you fail it, you die. Then you have to go back to the beginning.
Yep. Let's see if Joe gets Space Jump on skip again. And meanwhile, it's like already on his way out of Fountain, almost.
Alright, so here we have Bowser 1, and I don't know, Steak's pretty much just gonna go through the level normally. Everything will be perfectly fine.
That angle that Joe got there was just too parallel to the path, or too parallel to the Polestar path. There we go, that's good.
Oh really? No, Steak taking a death!
Sorry, I'm watching Joe. Steak die. Oh yeah.
Yep, so for those of you who don't know, that is a death warp. And it saves only 2 seconds, but it definitely sets up your like cycles and everything a lot better for the level. Oh,
ooh,
okay, that death was not intentional.
That was not yeah. We can't make a joke about that. No, that's unfortunate. Oh, and now he just misses this too. Oh no, that's actually kind of sad. This will make the cycles a little weirder. Yeah, that thwomp there is pretty normal. The next thwomp, though, for some reason, just moves way faster than the other two in this level.
Yeah.
Like, this thwomp just is a weird cycle. Like, he just goes.
So back to the death warp, pretty much. There's like a black hole, and then there's also just a void that you can fall into from that spot. And if you avoid the black hole and fall into the void, then it'll like pretty much think that you died from that other part where you respawn, and it'll like hit the checkpoint. So you pretty much are tricking the game into thinking you were somewhere else. This is looking like maybe a 47 or 48 fountain exit. Not too bad. Maybe for Steak it's bad. I don't know. It wouldn't be bad for me. I would take it.
Yeah. Yeah, on the older route, on the pushback route, it would have been probably around like a 49 would have been pretty solid. But since there's actually less levels in Fountain in this route, I think it's down to like 46, 47. Pretty alright.
Oh, Steak missing the Bowser hit. So in Bowser, it's probably worth it eventually. But in Bowser, if you spin right into like Bowser's face pretty much while he's like doing his attacks, it'll cancel his attacks and it saves a fair amount of time. Also, apologies for like if I just say it's a decent amount of time or a good amount of time. Like, I don't know exact numbers for this game.
Yeah, spinning into his face, I would actually say, I just guess, honestly. I've run the game for a long time. Usually I'm right when I say what times. Joe opting not for the skip. I would say for the spinning into his face, you're skipping him jumping into the air and stomping around. So I would say maybe 8 to 10 seconds for every time you spin into his face.
That sounds about right.
It actually is a little bit more every time you do it, because in the first fight, he actually stomps once, then twice, then 3 times, so...
Yeah.
Even if, like you kind of want to end up underneath him, so that he just jumps and lands on you, otherwise you lose 5 seconds from having to jump again. But, yeah, generally, spinning into his face, canceling a cycle, it saves a lot of time, so... On all fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Steak will be heading to kitchen. I think Joe is now on Bowser now. Let's see if he has a good Bowser here.
So yeah, we've got Joe and Bowser, Steak and Beach Bowl 1. Beach Bowl 1, there's also a tilt skip here, where there's a triple jump that you can do, and yeah, if you like, if you have enough tilt, you will just, I don't know, it's hard to explain without actually like being there yet.
Yeah, if you're tilted enough, you'll get it.
Yes, if you're tilted enough, you will get the skip. So this is where you get the tilt on this tree.
Yeah.
And then this is the triple jump. If you have enough tilt...
Oh, he definitely has really bad tilt. That's really low. Yeah, that tilt's really bad. Yeah, and that wall is really dumb too.
Yeah.
So
if you don't have enough, you will be able to like get a wall jump.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
He actually, I still think his tilt was bad there, but he actually aimed for, I think, a lower part of the wall. I think the beach also affects your tilt because there's a slope there.
Yeah,
I know there's... Giselle Astrid has a video on tilts that's pretty good. Really explains it in detail. And goes into detail about that particular triple jump and what affects it, and what movements can affect it, how the frame perfect jump even affects it. There's like... It's impossible to micromanage it, so you just have to hope you get it right and do the same movement every time. Joe entering the fight here. Ooh. Yeah, the nice thing about that cutscene is it activates even if you're falling off the edge there.
Alright, so Steak right now is in Beach Bowl 2, and Beach Bowl 2 is like a very easy level. You pretty much just talk to a penguin, go down, get a golden shell when you back up.
Optimizing this level sucks. Yeah.
It's pretty hard. There's like no really major way you can mess it up unless you just forget to talk to the penguin. But it definitely is difficult to optimize.
I'm getting the nice cancel there. It gets underneath him. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you cancel it and then you're just already on the blue bulge.
Yeah, if you cancel the Bowser cycle-ish, I don't know. No, if you cancel the Bowser attack good enough, then you'll just be already on the place where you need Bowser to jump. So it'll save more time than otherwise. Also, Joe got hit there, so the cycle got uncancelled.
Yeah. Also unfortunate. I forget. I think Beach Bowl 3 is first in this route, right?
Yes, 3 is first in this route. Unless you are like me and Latchers and just do 2 before, or secret before.
Yeah, so the thing with Beach Bowl 3 is that the cycles are actually pretty different depending on when you do it. If you do it after Beach Bowl Secret, your cycles will be a little easier, but also I think not as fast. If you do it before, I think the cycles are actually faster and harder. So.
The cycles are easier. I don't know about speed of the cycles, but I know for a fact that doing 3 before Secret is faster because when you're loading Secret, when you're like loading you do 3 first, you load Secret, it only loads 3 stars, and if you do Secret first and then when you go to 3, it loads 4 stars because it shows the Secret star.
Yeah,
so that loses a couple seconds.
Yeah, I think the cycle Steak is doing actually faster because with the other route where you do Beach Bowl 3 after you do a triple jump over the dude, the Tox Box.
Yeah,
and that's just a little slower than I think this actually does more long jumps. So Try the fastest form move in the game, by the way. I don't think we mentioned that.
Yes, the long jumps are the fastest way of moving.
Yeah,
in
besides
this
limit
game.
bounces, but limit bounces are a few far in between.
Yeah.
Oh, and Flying
Backwards
Star.
momentum.
And Flying Star.
You can't always have a Luma bounce, though.
Alright. Bubble Breeze and Steak, and Joe is heading into Beach Bowl, I think?
Beach Bowl 1.
Yeah, Beach Bowl 1, so see if he gets a little bit of a better tilt jump. There is actually a backup strat that Steak didn't do, a waterfall jump, that doesn't even rely on tilt at all. It's a little harder.
Oh, yeah. It's a little more punishing, though.
Yeah, if you fall, then you fall all the way down, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you have good tilt or not for that. It is slower, but that's why it's a backup strat, so... It's falling off a tree.
Yeah, so if you don't have enough tilt, you can't really get up, then... Ooh, that's a bad...
No, that's a really
that's good.
Tilt. That's good tilt, yeah.
I was
It's not
gonna
like
say,
the best tilt, but...
I was gonna say it wasn't bad tilt. I was gonna say it's bad angle. It looked like he was aiming the wrong way.
Tilt might have saved him there, yeah.
Still haven't seen anything too major out of either runner right now, but I don't want to jinx anything. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, like, any top runner would consider a death to be a major mistake. Because that does lose a fair amount of time. So
Yeah,
Steak has definitely died a
that
few
Death
times.
and Bowser one was pretty bad for Steak, but
Yeah.
overall it wasn't like too major of a death.
I think
Like it could have been a lot worse.
Also, I think like time save, time loss are really relative depending on the runner.
Yeah.
There's like a major time loss in Galaxy 1 is pretty different from a major time loss in Galaxy 2, for example. And within the game as well. Joe's saying he lost about 2 minutes to Space Drink 1 and Comet.
And Battle Rock 1.
It's the time
Battle
loss.
Rock 1, kinda.
Yeah, I think in this game the time loss just kind of adds up over time. You kind of notice like, oh, I've lost a lot of time in general. Ooh, Snake getting the cool triple jump move there.
That was a very cool triple jump. I don't really know too much about it, but I believe if you like are at the end of having the ice flower, this is where this came from. Where you're at the end of having an ice flower and you spin, then you'll be able to spin after it runs out again.
This is correct. Yep. Yeah, it's because the ice flower state and the normal state are considered different, so the spin is allowed to happen more than once. So
Very helpful in that situation.
Ghostly 1 is also a pretty difficult level.
Yeah.
To optimize.
There's starship movement inside, and then there's also mansion flip. And if you really want to get risky, there's Boolean. But neither of these runners are going to be going for Boolean.
Yeah. Boolean is actually really hard on 3D All-Stars because it's very notch-based in terms of its setup. There's not really a good way to set it up with All-Stars having like no notches.
Stick getting a bad setup, a bad
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Missing
mention
mansion clip.
He didn't hold on to the pole stars long enough in order to like, yeah, and that time he did, where he gets upwards momentum, so he can just like, you know, so he can access the top middle pole star. But the first time he just didn't have enough upwards momentum. But the second time he did.
All right.
Steak saying he is falling asleep at the helm. Hopefully
not
he will
good.
not pass out and give
Hopefully
up
he
the
won't
run.
crash, yeah.
Come on, Steak, you got this. Stay awake.
Alright. So now, after kitchen, you go back to terrace here to get some fast stars. Sweet Sweet, Good Egg Luigi, and Honey I've Comet. All very, very fast. Which is why we do them. Ooh, Joe almost flying right into the mine there in both of these, though.
We are now at the 1 hour mark. Runners, if you have a moment, how are you feeling so far? Toogs absolutely stealing my joke. Literally right after I said it.
Oh god, that death.
Oh no.
Steak is struggling right now. That's actually like a really bad death. That's one of the more punishing deaths in this game. Is the checkpoint's all the way back here. Oh no.
That is not good.
That hurts to see. I've definitely made that mistake before. Joe doing Beach Bowl Secrets, which, by the way, is honestly one of the most technical levels in the run.
I honestly think
movement.
it's really fun. I have a lot of fun doing Beach Bowl Secret.
Yeah, Beach Bowl Secret's a fun level. Yeah, now that Battle Rock 3 is not in the route, it's like this is probably the next best thing. Battle Rock 3 was like, used to be like a really technical level. Joe opting to use the Cataquack. Very nice. I like to see it. Love to see it.
Our friend, the
Handling that
Cataquack.
very well. The friendly Cataquack, yes.
Got Joe here doing Ghostly 1. We've got Steak going into Honey Hive Comet. Steak already did Good Egg L, who's the most technical level in the entire game. Good Egg L.
The shortest star in the run.
Yes,
About
it
a
is the
minute long.
shortest star in the run, and honestly, it's pretty easy to mess up though. It's you can
Yeah.
definitely find yourself messing like losing a few seconds just because of like you missed one thing.
Oh, that was really close.
That was very close. Still though, Honeyhive L in this run is the introduction of blue cosmic clones. Or Cosmic Luigi, but pretty much Cosmic Luigi is just there. He does not know all of the skips and tricks that we do.
Yeah. It's interesting to note that the Cosmic Luigi is faster than Cosmic Mario.
Yes. That is another difference between Luigi and Mario. Because they're expecting that if you're doing Luigi, then you've already beaten 120 stars as Mario. And they're not expecting anyone to just, like, take a save file from someone else and put that on their Wii or Wii U.
So now Steak's doing fast foes. Pretty much the
Fast
same thing.
Foes is just the same level except faster.
Yeah, it's with this route though. It's like honestly not that different a movement, to be honest.
Yeah.
You're pretty much doing the same thing.
It is pretty much the same movement. Let's see if Joe will be able to one-up Steak here and not die in Sweet Sweet.
Yeah, all these like little time losses that Steak is having, Joe can definitely capitalize on to catch up a little bit.
It definitely does seem like he's catching up.
Yeah.
So this is looking like Ghostly 2 here from Steak, which is just a Polestar race against Abu.
Yeah, I personally do Ghostly Secret first because I've already made the dumb mistake. Yeah, this route is actually really silly because there's actually 2 different levels in the route that you can accidentally select the 3rd level instead of doing the level you want to do.
I believe it's more than 2.
It's more than 2?
Yes. Because there's... you can do it with Ghostly. You can do it with Battle Rock.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels you can accidentally select a story you don't even want to do.
I feel like there's somewhere else I've done it before. Here, let me look real quick.
Okay, nice little Polestar skip there. Joe now doing the hardest star in the game.
The hardest star in the game. Oh, Toy Time. You could select Toy Time 3 accidentally instead of just going to Toy Time 6.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I've definitely done that too. Dang, commentators offering help to Joe. Cheating IMO.
Cheating IMO TVH NGL.
We're all friends here, right? I don't know if anybody considers me a friend, but
We are all friends here.
I
It's
am a
okay.
boomer.
All in all, we just want each other to do well.
Yes, I definitely want my opponent to do well, but I also want to do slightly better than my opponent. Steak not selecting the wrong star here, going into
Let's
Ghostly Secret.
go.
What a legend. Now this level is definitely harder on All Stars in my opinion, if you're not used to it, because this one definitely involved notches for the skip. Joe doing the epic long jump strat there, pretty safe, I like it.
Oh, the epic long jump.
Dude, that was like the coolest strat. That was one of the first strats I added when I first started playing this game.
Steak opting to go for 1P 1 key.
Missed the jump.
Oh, that sucks. That
Oh,
means
this is
he
really
now
unfortunate.
just has to wait.
Oh god, he just fell to the floor. It's fine. Everything's fine.
So there's a strat. I believe it's also possible 1P. Is keyless? Keyless is possible 1P, right?
Oh,
There's
definitely.
a different
I go for it every run. actually
so
not that
yeah,
bad.
there's a way to get up to the star without getting any keys, and it's relatively difficult, I'd say.
Yeah, it takes a long time to actually figure it out, get used to doing it in runs. Once you know how to do it, it's not so bad. Just kind of just know your muscle memory's there.
Yeah.
And now, heading into the third Bowser level, Airship Armada.
Airship Armada is... It's an interesting level. The fight sucks, but... Other than that, you kind of just skip most of it. By just shooting the cannon in a different direction.
Joe having a pretty clean Beach Ball Comet there. Didn't see anything horrible happen.
I didn't see anything horrible happen either. But yeah, this fight here that Steak is doing is probably one of the most technical fights in the game, just because of how many things there are and how many just different things can hit you. Like
Yeah,
there's,
ooh, yeah, that like this is you really like
there's
gotta
the fireballs, there's bullet bills, there's the mechanics.
Yeah, it's really easy to just get off track on this fight.
You really just kind of need to pray for the most part that you won't die.
Yeah, well, if you do the same thing every time, it's usually not bad, but like it's really hard if you get off of what you would normally do to actually get back on. It's really easy to die after that. Steak getting a 113 Fit Kitchen. I'm sure he's not super happy about that, but it's not horrible. That's about what I expect from D-Rust for me, so... Ooh, Joe getting bounced around by the meat.
Yeah, the meat is really one of the harder parts of Ghostly 2. Just trying to avoid that is just difficult enough.
Yeah, honestly, at this moment, how far behind is Joe? He's probably not terribly far behind at the current
I
moment.
wouldn't say too bad.
And Steak, I would say, is still probably on sub 230 pace. So if Joe's not that far behind, he's probably on big PB pace right now.
I don't know about big PB pace because there's definitely still a lot of things left in the run, but there's definitely a chance of him being on PB pace.
Steak getting the camera cancel there. We're missing a note though.
Did he miss that note?
He did miss that note. I don't think it's that big a deal. Someone's not horrible. Yeah, he just grabbed it there. Maybe that's intentional.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though, just to see all the optimizations that happen between different runners, just because of how long this category is and how easy it is to fall behind. Like, I definitely think it's one of the more impressive speed any percent categories, just because of, you know, the length of it.
Joe entering Bowser Jr. Steak is on Battle Rock Luigi. Kind of just do these 2 stars in Fountain real quick. Because they're fast. So we don't have to do things like Dusty Dune or more levels of Toy Time later on. You have to revisit Fountain somehow.
Yeah, but Battle Rock Luigi is literally Battle Rock 1 again, except there's just Luigi on the bottom instead of the star at the top.
Yeah, it's a little more difficult to lead the bullet bill for Battle Rock Luigi. It's way easier for it to crash, and you're also inverted gravity, so...
Yeah. Let's see if Joe has an easier time on it, though, in a bit.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking at it right now, I'd say Joe's about 5-6 minutes behind Steak. Which, comparing their PBs, is pretty good.
Joe should still get the shell. Sometimes shells are weird. Oh, missing a shot though. Ooh, please get a coin, Joe.
He's gonna want to get a coin here.
Please get a coin.
Dang.
Or both. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a bit difficult for Joe now. Messing that up is really scary. You really don't
Alright.
want to die on this fight, because you die on this fight.
Alright, he's okay.
Okay. Yeah, dying on this fight takes you back to the previous ship, and then you have to wire the auto-scroller again. Now we're in bedroom for Steak. It's, I think bedroom's one of the most fun worlds, personally.
It definitely has one of my personal favorite levels, stages, which is Freeze Flame.
Unfortunately, Gusty Garden drops the ball a little bit, but
Yeah,
I think it's still
Gusty
fun.
Garden kind of takes it a little down, but it's still overall bedroom is a very fun part of the run.
Backflip with the ice flower there. Joe successfully taking the
Talking to
commentator's
Toad. Let's go, Joe. You did it. You did not lose your run.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even necessarily like lose the run there. You could talk to Toad whenever, because you haven't unlocked anything in bedroom yet. The comet cycles don't get off until you unlock something and actually fulfill all the requirements for the comet, and the comet is put into the pool.
Yeah.
So missing Luigi there isn't that big a deal. It won't end your run. You just have to go back and get it, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's probably like 20, 30. Like, it's kind of a big time loss.
No, I think it's closer to a minute, I think, because it takes like 30 seconds to get out, 30 seconds to get back. I think I usually lose a minute when I forget to talk to Toad, which happens more often than I'd like.
Hex Speedrun's calling me a Freeze Flame simp. I'm gonna have to disagree with that, but okay.
I'm a Freeze Flame simp, I will gladly admit. It's not even like my favorite world of speedrun, I just really like it in general.
Yeah. It's good. It's just good. It's just designed well.
Honestly, right now I can't think of a world that I like in this game, though, because I'm kind of at a mutual standoff with this game at the moment. Play Sunshine. Ooh, okay, it's fine. Joe nailing that triple jump to the launch star. I don't think we ever talked about that. Like, you just get the pulsar starships there using tilt.
Oh, Steak. Did Steak get Did Steak go for Lava Boost?
No, he did not. He went for the other strat, which Lava Boost really only saves like 1 second. So
Lava, I
really
remember the
shouldn't go
number.
for it.
It's 0.6.
Yeah, it's really not that much. It's not really that worth it to go for. If you mess it up, like, you just lose time.
Yeah. Really not worth it.
Unless you just really want an optimal time.
Unless you're going for like a Sea Gold.
Who cares about seagulls anymore? Yeah, the nice thing about the going commando route, though, is it kind of mixes up the levels.
Yeah,
Really, it's
compared
not
to
like you're playing the same level over and over again.
Yeah, the early pushback 1.0 would do all of Gusty Garden in one go, and then all of Freeze Flame, and then all of Gold Leaf, and like, it's just, it gets to be too much.
Yeah, the old 120 route used to be like that. I used to like that kind of style.
Oh,
Joe crashing into the
Joe
1-up.
triggering the 1-up. Which runner is ahead? Steakanator is currently ahead by, I'd say, about maybe 7, 8 minutes. I don't know.
Okay, so this is Battle Rock Luigi. Steak is on Freestyle 1 and 2. Freestyle 1's like 2.5.
Freestyle 2 is like 2.
Yeah, so probably about 5 minutes.
5? 6?
5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes ahead, so not bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Joe, for those of you who don't know, is an Odyssey runner first, I believe. So,
yes. Joe is an All Moons runner.
Yes, so he's very good at Super Mario Odyssey, branching out to the other 3D Mario games, as many do. A lot of Odyssey runners have come over to the game since IMJ has
also
taken all the records.
Taking part in the 602, which is happening in 2 weeks now.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
That is happening.
Yeah.
I find the 602 very fun, very enjoyable.
God, one of us has fun. No, I have fun too. Still don't know if I'm gonna do it though. Right now, Joe also in bedroom, a few levels behind, but that's okay. So we're all having fun here. So I think, yeah, back to Freestyle again. I honestly can't remember the route anymore.
I believe it's Freeze Flame 3, then Gusty Garden 2.
I'm in this tournament. I don't know. I think you are too, right?
What?
Are you in this tournament?
I am in this tournament.
Okay, we're both in the tournament. Yes. I was seed number 5. I don't know what yours was, but
I lost my first match.
Steakanator skipping over the ring there. You kind of just jump over using the gravity. And Joe doing Freestyle 1. He has the clean Baron Burr fight in him today.
Baron Burr can sometimes be annoying for literally no reason, just because sometimes you'll spin near him and he will just not react to it at all.
He doesn't extinguish for no reason. Yeah. It's like really annoying.
It just happens sometimes. Quite annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and something we should note is that those limp spins that you see actually do still count as spins. So like the little like fake spin you get after you do a regular spin.
Oh, Joe, please don't die here.
They still count as spins, so that works for like things like hitting coconuts and hitting Baron Burr. So you'll see him slide down Baron Burr and still be able to hit him even though he's doing a limp spin.
So I've heard from a bunch of different people what they think Baron Burr looks like. Bread Ghost, I'm curious on your opinion. What do you think Baron Burr looks like? I've heard a couple of different answers.
He looks like a giant ice bubble.
I've heard people say he looks like a pine cone. I've also heard people say he looks like a durian.
Actually, yeah, I can see the durian one. Like the sunshine durian.
Yeah.
It's pretty chill. Bedroom makes me want to go to sleep again.
If there's a time to take a nap, it might be bedroom. Ironically.
Yeah, especially Gusty Garden. Gusty Garden's not super interesting.
Gusty Garden is just there. I hope Joe knows that if he holds neutral while breaking the crystals that Luigi will stop.
I don't think he knows it.
I don't think he does. Well, now he might. Joe, if you are listening,
do that next time.
Yeah, when you spin, just stop holding the control stick and you'll stand still, and you can just get
just hold
the
it
start chip. And keep going in the same direction. Moles. I always forget about moles.
Mole cycles. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna make a joke, but mole cycles suck.
He refuses to know, he says, okay.
Well, now you
God, I
do.
missed one.
Oh no, steak. Oh, that was a very good backup.
That was actually really cool, yeah.
Now he'll be able to, like, backflip and then just go to the other gravity. I have never seen that backup before for missing that mole. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it was very good.
I think I've actually done that before. Just like, you just have to get the right angle on the dirt trail. It's kind of hard still, because you have to still ground pound pretty close to it.
Steak, if that was on purpose, props to you, man.
Yeah, Major Burrows is pretty straightforward as well. Steak probably gonna do some fancy movement here to make sure it's the optimal what's this boss called? Major Burrows.
Major Burrows?
Baron Burrows or something.
Baron Burrows. One seed in this tournament is MJ, the world record holder. He's got like a 216, 217. I don't remember.
218. No one's gotten the 216. Steak unfortunately messing up the strat there.
217, I believe he has.
He has a 2 Wait, no, he doesn't.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I'm pretty sure it's a 218 still.
There's a high chance that I'm wrong.
218.15.
Oh, I was hoping I was right.
I don't even pay attention to this queue anymore. Come on, X-Pro.
I don't remember the times. But yeah, this hasn't really been brought up much yet in this tournament, and because no one has done it, but there is a glitch for Major Burrows where if you like do a decently, if you do like a backflip and a 2P jump, which is like an advantage to using 2P. Oh, Shadow did it. Major Burrows will actually like float in the air. He'll be like way up in the air and he'll just be like doing his normal thing that he does, just like way above you. It's actually really cool. Can't believe I don't even know what's going on in this tournament, but Joe has enough time to type out what happens in this tournament.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this game has a lot of downtime, to be fair.
True.
Especially if you're used to having zero downtime like an Odyssey. Like,
oh yeah, that's true. An Odyssey runner. Maximize their downtime. See, oh yeah, Steak is gonna be going for diagonal wall jumps.
very nice diagonal wall jumps. Go long jumping over to the crystal. Very nice.
So yeah, if you get a nice if you get a good angle, there's a way to wall jump on two separate walls that are just perpendicular to each other.
Yeah, what you need to happen is you need to spin and then kind of move along the wall before you do the wall jump, and that gives you an angle. So that lets you do the diagonal. Also, interesting property of fire flowers is that you can keep your momentum even while spinning fireballs out. So you can jump, spin a fireball, and still do a triple jump out of it. Learned that a long time ago by accident.
By accident.
Yeah. So
But
that.
yeah, it's. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'd say we have probably about an hour, 5-10 minutes left with both of these runners. Steak a little less, but Joe, I'd say we have an hour, 5 minutes.
If
left.
so, then he's definitely on pace. So. I think.
Well, I mean,
what does he have, like a
I
245?
just am making an assumption. It does seem like Joe's having a pretty solid run.
Yeah. So usually, okay,
Oh.
commentator's curse. That's on you.
Yeah, that's my bad. It's okay, Joe. That's on me.
And that thankfully that one isn't as bad. You really need to get the skate long jump here, as it gives you more distance.
Wait,
Come on.
PB's dead? Really? That surprises me. I feel like it shouldn't be.
Yeah, usually the way I calculated it... The way I calculate it is from Bowser 2, you... Like, on average, I get maybe like a 40 in the last part of the run. So it's about 40 minutes from Bowser 2 to the end of the run. For a slow runner, maybe like 45 to 50 at most.
Let me
So-
check what happened with me. Me and Joe have about a similar range. For me, it was around 50.
Okay, yeah. So about 50
45.
minutes from Bowser 2 is pretty typical. Like, late game is hard, but it's pretty consistent, I would say. There's not a lot of stuff that can go, like most things in this game are pretty consistent if you're consistent, so...
I also had one of the worst engine rooms of my life in that run, but...
A little planet skip there. Oh god. Joe unfortunately hitting the dirt trail. It's the final boss of this game, to be honest, is the freaking mole dirt trails. And now, oh god. They're going everywhere now.
Yeah, this is what happens when you mess up mole cycles. This is very typical. I believe Steak is going to be going for Just Garden 3 skip here. It's really just a long jump and a wall jump. I don't think it's very precise, but he got it, so it really just depends on the runner.
Apparently this is Joe's first run on this route.
I don't think so. Oh. Never mind. I just read chat.
Know that we think you're on good pace.
First run on this route, I can check for you. This is on pretty decent pace. It's like 2:45 to my PB. And I had a lot of engine room time losses, so could probably still PB this run. That might have cursed it again, but
Oh no. Don't do that.
Whatever. I want Joe to succeed. I want both runners to succeed.
I want everyone to succeed. Oh god, Steak dies on Major Bros.
Oh,
Daredevil.
no.
Right at the beginning, though, hopefully. Hopefully Steak doesn't die again here. It's going to be pretty costly. Alright. I think Steak is almost done with Bedroom. Joe is trailing a little bit, but nothing you can't handle.
Is this Gusty Garden secret?
Yeah, that should be the
I believe
Honey Climb.
after
should
this
be
is
last.
Honey Climb and then Bowser 2.
Mhm. Alright. So, Honey Climb now. Honey Climb is cool.
Valu Fly High B thing.
Yes, the Valid Fly High B thing is definitely one of the highlights of the run.
highlight.
This is actually, like, probably one of the levels I've personally grinded the most. I think I have
Just
a pretty
because of
solid
Valu
time.
Fly High B thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and since neither player did B-list in Honey Hive 3, they won't have to deal with the dumb text box. Ooh, Stick gets a kind of a bad angle there. I think it's actually quite a bit harder on 3D All-Stars to get the right angle, because you really want to be facing straight up.
Yeah, I believe so. Just notches. One of the main flaws of 3D All-Stars is notches and then the pointer. But it is fast, so...
Oh, I'm missing the bug. If you hit the bug at the right time, it actually shoots you really high up. Gives you a lot of momentum upwards.
There you go. You got that one.
Right, so now entering Bowser 2, probably the hardest Bowser level, in my opinion, to actually execute really well. There's a pretty hard clip in this level. I don't know if Steak will go for it. Joe probably won't.
Nemi clip?
Yeah, Nemi clip.
No, I don't think he will.
Yeah. It's not horrible because there's actually a pretty good visual cue for it, but it's really risky to go for because it loses a lot of time to fail. And then you can't actually do it again, so
Yeah.
it's pretty much playing for a loss. High risk, low reward. Or high risk, high reward sort of thing. Now Joe doing Gusty Garden 3. Gets a clean long jump here. Looks like that guy was going to opt for the Mario strat.
The Mario strat. What's the Mario strat again?
Long jumping upwards to the switch
Oh,
above.
yeah.
And then the cannonballs are all firing. It's a little slower, but it works for Mario. Just so you
Yeah,
don't have to
because
do the extra.
you can't get enough height to do the normal one as Mario, right?
Yeah, Mario just doesn't get far enough with enough height. I don't know if like 2P changes anything with that, but
I believe it does. I think you can reach it with 2P.
okay.
Just because I think you can, if you can get the wall jump, I think you might be able to, you know, get it. So Steak is in one of the hardest, if not the hardest, Bowser fight in this game.
I would say it's the hardest, personally. The third one isn't that bad. First one
Yeah.
isn't horrible. It's pretty simple. This one is
Just
a little bit more
because
complex.
you have to like cancel the spins,
Yeah, and it's more than one spin. You're missing the bulge there.
especially when there are 3 spins in a row, which the last phases.
Yeah, there's a few weird things that can happen. You can cancel the spin completely and make him do it again by accident. You can also get hit, which will make him do the thing again. It can get really annoying sometimes. Some runs you just can't seem to get the right distance away from him. Like right there, you just cancel it again. And so now he's going to spin again. There we go. Yeah, if you get just a little too close, you end up canceling it with the weaker spin.
Yeah, it's just really difficult to replicate.
Sake says he's still on 228 pace. Yeah, this is very true. Probably finishing this at a high 147, 148. As I said, for a top runner or like a pretty good run of the game, 40 minutes is a pretty good end game. So,
Yep.
or a pretty solid end game. So if he has a solid end game, that's pretty much 228, which is pretty good for someone with a 225. Meanwhile, Joe is finishing up Gusty Garden. We're heading into Honey Climb soon. I would say this level's about a minute and a half. Honey Climb's about 2 minutes. 3.5 plus about 4 minutes for... So only about 7.5 minutes behind. So Joe, honestly, like doing really well, I think, compared to his PB.
Yeah.
Engine room can change a lot of things, but... only time will tell.
Yep. Engine room still is very difficult.
Yeah, definitely one of the hardest parts of the run.
Yeah. Especially on pace.
Alright, so Steako's going to be heading into Engine Room. First, we're going to see 3 Gold Leaf levels. Gold Leaf, very fast, but also pretty difficult, I would say. I think it's probably the hardest world in Engine Room,
I
personally.
agree.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to execute really well. There's a lot of really advanced strats that you can go for. I don't know if we'll see Steako for all of them. I definitely don't. But the Gold Leaf 1 through 3 is just a gauntlet of pretty difficult movement overall. This level is all movement, basically. So is the next 2, pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of levels in this game are very movement heavy.
A lot less emphasis on skips. Yeah, it seemed pretty alright from Steak there. Grabbing some Starbits here because it is a bunny, but as we said, apparently the bunnies move slower. I did not know that before this run.
Yeah, the bunnies are slower in this version.
Yeah, even missing the Starbits and still catching it pretty quickly there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Starbits, you always kind of want to have 0 at the end of a level for the most part. Sometimes some levels it's fine to have more, but having 0 Starbits saves time.
So pretty much you can like, if you have 40 or less Starbits at the end of a level, you can like get a almost frame perfect. It depends on how many Starbits you have. It's more lenient if you have less, but you get an almost frame perfect A press in the menuing, and if you get that, then it like doesn't lose time over not getting any Starbits. Like it pretty much makes it so the text box will just stop before it's like almost started.
Rue.
But yeah.
Oh, it's something we didn't talk about with Steak, or I don't know if you talked about it, but this skip that Joe just did perfectly.
Plus skip. I did not talk about plus skip.
Yeah. Lets you skip that entire auto-scroller, which saves quite a bit of time, actually. Yeah, not a ton to say with Gold Leaf. It's mostly just movement. There is a little bit of a the movement does lead to like certain little skips, like this tree skip here.
Yeah.
Kind of skip like just certain parts of the level, skipping the bee mushroom here to fly up. Instead, just climb the tower. Tower climb 2.0.
Yep. There's a lot of.
And then right here, there's a little cutscene skip you can get. Well, you'll get it, and you didn't get it. So what you can do there is you actually spin onto the fence if you spin in time. Oof. And then that lets you actually skip the cutscene. It also makes it so he doesn't even attack you, so it doesn't trigger his attack animations at all.
Yeah.
Joe now finishing up Bowser 2, so we can see it takes about 50 minutes from this point. Actually, like that's kind of close to 245. If he has a good engine room, he can definitely PB, I think.
Yep. I agree.
So like if he has,
Still, either way, pretty good run.
it's taking it up
Just
on the
for
wrong side of the arena there.
Tourney.
Alright. Now entering Toy Time 1, I believe, for Steak.
Yes. This is Toy Time 1.
Toy Baksu. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Galaxy, yeah. Like I said, I can read a little bit of Korean, I just don't understand it. I didn't see if Steak did double limit bounce, but Joe opted to skip it. Makes me sad.
I don't think Steak did double limit bounce.
Dang. Crying every time. Yeah, the guy who found that pretty bad at the game, you know, so see why they wouldn't want to go for it.
I'm assuming it's you.
Who? Me? Oh, of course not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's my one contribution to this game.
More than me. I haven't really contributed much. I'm just here. I speedrun the game.
Alright, so now Steak is going to be going for Armpit Skip, which is honestly pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. And it's very easy to fail if you're rusty, so... Oh, and just misses the wall jump by a little bit there.
Armpit skip sucks.
Oh god, and now the arm is just like way up there. The skip is so bad.
Oh, I really hope... Alright, good. He didn't get run over by the wheels. I've had that happen before, and it's the worst.
The worst thing is when you're just helplessly falling into the void because you
yeah.
bonk and then you can't spin anymore. Okay, seems to be getting it now. Yeah, there we go. Once you get up there, you're pretty much safe, but getting up there is the hard part.
Toy Time 1 is a pretty difficult level just because of Armpit skip itself.
Mm-hmm.
But,
For sure.
yeah.
Now back to Gold Leaf for Gold Leaf Comet. We only visit 3 levels in Engine Room. The other two are Bowser Jr. 3 and then Bonefin, which is both of them very slow. And Bonefin, I don't actually know when that unlocks. I think it unlocks after like some sea slide level or something like that.
It's I don't
or
know.
Drip Drop. It unlocks after Drip Drop. So
Oh, it is.
yeah. So like just not optimal to go for it. Pretty long boss fight. Yeah, there's a lot of levels you just skip in this run because we only need 61 stars. Last star is Bowser 3. So we just skip all the slow ones, and we actually do some of the slow ones to get to some faster ones. So
Yeah.
a lot of the routing in this game is figuring out which slow stars we can get rid of to get faster stars. Which is how Going Commando showed up. Getting rid of the slow Battle Rock stars in favor of some faster other fountain stars. Oh, Joker's falling out of the gravity field there. If he had spun, I think he might have been fine, potentially. And now that time he spun, now he wasn't fine. Oh, just side flip. Yeah, delaying the spin there also works. That should not work. This triple jump's a little bit precise. Getting to that M. There's like a really specific spot you want to stand on for the triple jump.
Yeah, just triple jump. It sucks. There's not much else to say.
Yeah, you have to land on like the grassy part to make it work. I usually like to do it facing upwards. It's because it's like really easy to hit the box otherwise. There we go. That was actually like really sketchy. I'm not sure how that worked. But yeah, this planet's really annoying. Meanwhile, Steakanator on an auto-scroller. Obligatory.
On an auto-scroller.
There you go.
Alright, Steak going into Toy Time 2. It's pretty decently easy star, as long as you...
Yeah, there's a few things about it that can be a little difficult. The screw skip definitely can give people trouble. Oh, Joe with a clean tree skip there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's really just a starship planet in Toy Time 2. It's a little complex. The rest of it's pretty much just long jumping around a gigantic Mario. So, let's see if Joe gets the cutscene skip here. It's like handling the screw skip with ease.
Easy.
Making it look easy, yep. I think Joe did actually get the cutscene skip, as he got through that pretty quickly. I didn't see if he got it, but judging by how long it was before I said if he got the cutscene skip, and now, I don't think he could have possibly not gotten it. Very nice. We're closing in on the last about 15 stars of this run now, I would say. Is that we do a little bit less in engine room compared to some other domes, since there are some fast stars left in kitchen.
Yeah, it's pretty much just right now. It's just the Winter engine room, then just a couple of kitchen stars, and then pretty much Bowser 3.
So I'm not sure which bracket this is, which group stage bracket, but
Oh yeah.
check what the implications for the match are. So let's see. So the winner of this match will play Shadow, whose previous run was a 241.
Which means the loser of this match will play Razorblade.
Yes. So yeah. So we might see a Steakanator Shadow matchup. It seems pretty likely right now. Joe has a lot of ground to make up. He needs Steak to make quite a few mistakes to really catch up, I think. But overall, pretty solid showing so far from both runners. I'd be interested to see the matchups in the next round.
Yeah, for sure. Steak just bouncing off of that penguin real quick.
Yeah. I'm not sure, did Steak go for the instant surface swim here? Because I know like on All-Stars you can get caught on the grate. And it makes it really hard.
I think he went for it, but I don't think he got it.
Yeah. There's a property with the grate.
Steak having just enough time to get this coin.
Rough mistake.
Joe missing armpit skip.
I'm probably just upset about not getting a sub-minute time here. This is 102 is alright. Oh, Joe got like a really tight armpit skip there. Barely touching the wall.
Yeah. Steakanator with the bruh.
Holy cow, Joe has 920 star bits. Does he know you only need 600 for drift
This is
drop?
what happens when you run 120. You just get star bits.
Dude, Joe, I dare you to do sand spiral instead of drip drop.
Oh my god, please do sand spiral instead of drip drop if you can't BB.
What? No, I was kidding. I was kidding. How much will you lose? Well, you have to run all the way to kitchen afterwards, so probably quite a bit actually.
Probably not that much though. If you
if you're running to kitchen, it probably takes an extra 20 seconds.
well, you don't need any more comments, so we could just like do it right after engine.
Let me check my gold.
You could just do it right after engine and end up just like not doing drip drop. But yeah, you would have to run back.
It would be a time loss. Let's see.
Honey Hive
let's say.
from.
You need like 80 more for it too.
Kitchen.
So where is my split? I don't even know where my splits are anymore. Which one? It's these ones. Okay. Edit. Drip drop. Just trying to see how long each level would take. Drip drop is 145 best segment for me, so probably about 2 minutes or a little more than that. Sand spiral, quite a bit longer. So probably don't do sand spiral. Probably losing like a minute to doing sand
I mean,
spiral.
if you don't care about the run, then it would be funny.
You could also do Big Mouth. I didn't check Big Mouth. But that's all. That takes even longer.
Yeah, that's even longer. Because then you'd have to go to bedroom,
Yeah,
then
you
to kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen movement alone would lose a lot of time. That's why you don't do Sand Spiral or Big Mouth in 120. Not 120, in 80%. On that on top of like losing time in Star Bits collection.
Honestly, if you want to do it, go for it. I support it.
You need 1,000 Star Bits though. I think you're at 920. So if you can get 1,000 Star Bits, be my guest, I guess. Yeah, Drip Drop's pretty fast if you know like how to handle the eel cycles.
If you do the same cycles or stuff every time.
What does Joe have left for stars? Is it 50? Oh yeah, he could definitely get there. Still has toy time too, as well.
You could get a bunch of Starbits in toy time too. Probably up to like 70.
I think there was a runner a long time ago who did Sand Spiral instead of Drip Drop. Like back in like 2014. I haven't been around that long, but I heard stories about a runner who did Sand Spiral instead of Drip Drop because I hated it. And rightfully so. Drip Drop is pretty terrible if you mess it up.
Yeah.
Just taking a backflip there. It's a little scary on this level. It's just pretty heavily reliant on cycles. Oh god! That can result in a soft lock, by the way.
Yep. It sucks when it happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the requirements for it are, but you can literally soft lock by getting hit by that spiky
I think
boy.
it's just placement.
Yeah. And like it's like a full soft lock. You can't even pause the game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like if you get it, your run's over. Which would really suck in a tournament.
Yeah.
That would make this tournament so just I don't even know how to say it, but like Jay softlock yesterday, we've just had a bunch of moments.
Wait, Jay softlock? What?
Yeah, in his race, he got the Good Egg 2 softlock, where when you're talking to, I think it's Polari, the Black Luma, and you like hold him with 2P to try and like, you know,
No, I don't know.
Oh. So if you hold Polari with 2P while you're like feeding him Starbits,
he'll talk faster, but there's a chance of a soft lock.
The heck?
And Jay got it yesterday.
Is that why the times on the challenge are all screwed up for his match?
Probably why. What did it say?
Well, it's like 59 something on his, and the other one was like 1-3x or something. So I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably need to fix that. But yeah, anyway, Steakanator leaving engine room now with 640 star bits. Gonna do some buoy base first, and then we'll see drip drop.
Buoy base.
The buoy base.
Steak has enough star bits.
Yes, Joe
has way too many.
Joe definitely has enough star bits. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that would just be a banger to this run if Joe did Sand Spiral.
Well, it is slower, so I don't know.
If you can
That would be
PB
a
Joe,
decision.
don't do it. But if you can't PB,
He doesn't
then...
know if he can PP or not. That's the
Oh
problem.
yeah, that's true.
Because he's using his splits.
That's true. I completely forgot. Slide 2. Oh, never mind. You're ahead of my PB. Or you're gonna be ahead of my PB. Yeah, you might not want to go for it.
Take doing the buoy base one skip. Very nice. Third try-ish. Just lets you skip all the star chips, saves quite a bit of time. The second green star of the run.
Ooh.
Okay, that was interesting. Luigi had invincibility frames there, and the bolt bell went straight through him.
That was close.
What an interesting way to actually not fail there. At least he didn't have the bullet bill circle him for 5 years.
Yeah. That would have been bad.
Okay. Trip drop now. Again, this level's pretty hard to optimize. The eels don't move when they're not on screen, Same thing applies to the moles from earlier. So losing one
Same
is
thing
a
applies to like a lot of things in this game.
Yeah.
Not many things move while they are off screen.
yeah, getting the first deal there, pretty nice. Yeah, it makes them hard to track down if you miss one. Ooh, that kind of hurts to see. Should still be fine. I don't think the third deal is scroll on screen yet, so it should be in the same spot. It should be. Yep, there we go. It should be fine here. Yeah. Yeah. Doing alright still. Steak, I think, is still on sub 230 pace.
I believe so. He's only got Honey Hive Luigi and then Bowser 3.
Probably looking at a 229 for Steak. Joe, still trailing behind an engine room, but I think we're still on good pace here for Joe, so I can excitedly
I
wait
agree.
to see if the PB happens. I think his PB is a 245, right?
Yes.
Okay. Definitely beatable.
Honey Hive L. Steakanator just finished Honey Hive L. Literally just going to save Luigi from
Oh.
a tree.
Yeah, I think actually he is on 228 pace, looking at it now. So the last level's about 7 minutes. He doesn't make any mistakes.
Yeah. If he has a if he doesn't die, then yeah.
Yeah. That's a boob. So Joe doing Toy Time Comet, one of the hardest levels in the run. Because it's just hard.
It just is.
It just is.
Just is.
Yeah, it's quite a scary level. Definitely, if you're on like really good pace, PB pace, like it's definitely one of the run killers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure.
I think it actually, I don't remember if it's my current 120 PB or the one before it that actually killed like pretty solid pace. I think it was Toy Time Purple's my current one, but I don't run 120 guys, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steak finishing up the run. Joe not terribly far behind. It's that switch there. Joe should just have Gold Leaf, Secret, Blue Base 1 and Secret, Drip Drop, and Honey Hive Luigi left.
He really doesn't have much left. Alright, Steak, you got this. Close this one out.
Joe's PB is a 245. You theoretically hit on Sand Spiral then Blue Base? Yes. It would still lose time though to doing Drip Drop, because Drip Drop is closer than Sand Spiral to the kitchen.
Yes.
It's all about observatory movement with that route. And Sand Spiral is just slower in general than Drip Drop if you're at high levels, so it's a little bit longer. It's also further away from engine room too, so like the entrance.
Yeah, it's
just literally right
it's-
there.
It's slow.
Steak looking pretty clean so far. The tunnel though is always the hardest part. I'm not sure what movement he goes for here. Okay, going for the safe movement. I wouldn't blame him after some of the mistakes he's had.
We are not going to be seeing a Giselke from him, I think.
Is it a Giselke? But that Ballad came up with that. Or something like that.
Well, it's called Giselke, so I'm assuming
Yes,
Giselle
dude.
came up with it.
Okay.
Clean stairs from Steak.
Mm-hmm. I think Joe just fell. Unfortunate. Yeah, this tower climb is also kind of difficult to do optimally. Getting the right angles for the backflip, especially on all stars, is a little. Ooh, just getting that. These are looking really close for Joe. That should work. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh, not even grabbing the coin with a daredevil. Steak into the final phase of Bowser. And GG to Steakanator. That looks like it's going to be about a 228.30.
GG Steak. Definitely a good run.
So Steak will go on to play Shadow 64 in the next round. That should be a good match.
Yeah, it should be a good match.
There's PBs. Well, Shadow has what, like 228?
220. Yes, 228.
Yeah. That should be good. And Joe will go to play. Who was it?
Air Razor Blade.
Okay. In the next round. Yeah. You did a Steak. Joe's gonna finish it out. Hopefully get a PB here. It's looking good right now. Because he just has Drip Drop and then Honey Up Luigi, which is about 3 minutes. And then Bowser should take about 7 to 8 minutes. Or 7.5 to 8.5 minutes. So looking really good for a joewarm PB today.
joewarm PB.
Waiting waiting eagerly for that. I don't know how interviews work and stuff around here.
I think they automatically get an invite from the bot.
Okay. I know nothing about commentating speed gaming matches. I only commentate Sunshine Bingo. Let's see how Joe's Eels go here.
Well, we could wait
See.
till after the run though to get both of the interviews.
Joe taking it one eel at a time, which is completely fair. Getting the camera to line up with all of the eels is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Opting for the red shell here, totally understandable. Here's the last one. Not in the normal spot that I was expecting to be. There he is.
Get him, Joe. Get him.
I think they all follow pretty good. Oh, went to the chest. Oh, that's so lame.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Sans.
Yeah, just turn around and get him that way. Go.
I definitely think
please.
Sand Spiral probably would have been faster for him at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's got him. I think he's got him. Let's go. Okay.
Let's go,
And he's at
Joe.
the ship too. The drop's stupid. Well, sucks. Honestly, like, would Big Mouth really be that bad? I mean, you lose probably like 10 to 15 seconds to trekking over that bedroom, but like, it's honestly pretty close. Sand Spiral is a little more out of the way, and it requires more star bits. How long is Big Mouth? I'm actually curious now. Like, this won't be an accurate
actually
goal.
isn't that long.
Yeah, this won't be an accurate goal, but let's see. 217 is my goal for Big Mouth, so it's even slower than Sand Spiral. And that's with coming from the front of the observatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anything could replace Drip Drop, though. It's just too fast.
Yeah, Drip Drop is just fast. There's not much you can do about it.
Okay, so technically, I think Joe is on sub 240 pace, technically, here. If he gets a pretty good... it's pretty close,
yeah,
I think,
actually.
for him.
It's going to be very close, but if he plays well, he
Yeah, if he
would
gets,
be
like,
able to.
like, even just a sub 8... a slight sub 8
high
minute.
7. Bowser
Yeah,
3.
I think if he gets, like, just even slightly under sub 8, this is potentially sub 240.
Alright, he's going to have to get a 744 or better.
Okay, that's... We'll see how
Pretty
he does.
difficult.
I'm not sure what strats he goes for, but that's definitely doable.
It's doable, but I think it's definitely going to be difficult. Come on, Joe. Close this out strong. That would be huge if he clutched a sub 240.
Yeah. Oh, the cutscene is so suspenseful. No audio, by the way. I don't know if we can get that switched over, or if that's not a thing that can be done at the moment.
I'm not sure.
Operator controls. Let's see.
Oh, I got it.
Hey, let's go.
There we go.
I don't know why I got that linked. Where is that?
I also finished Steakanator.
Finished him. Oh, switch audio and mark winner, I see. Interesting.
I've never done this before.
Oh, dang.
It's pretty cool.
So we gotta actually end the episode too when we're all done and everything, so.
Yeah.
Dang, that's sick. You won? I think so. You beat the game faster.
I mean,
I haven't
I
seen
don't
how
know.
Joe's Fate of the Embers has been going here. It's going alright so far. Fine. Always take a damage boost here in this little corridor.
It's hard not to.
Let's wait till after Joe finishes Steak. Put you both in here.
Oh! Narrowly dodging that bullet bill.
Not going for the damage boost strat here. Gotta be careful of them backflips in this area because it's really easy to get pulled into the other side of the gravity field. Oh god, Joe! Joe's giving me a heart attack here.
Oh, he's in. He's in.
He's there. Alright.
Come on,
There's
dude.
a shot here.
Come on, dude.
You can clutch it out.
And if he
Dude,
doesn't
so-
clutch, this is still a big PB.
It's a pretty huge PB. Yeah.
I believe in Joe Warm.
Yeah. Steak only believes in Joe Cool though.
Joe Cool, not helpful. Alright, Joe, let's see this fight.
Oh, that might actually kill it.
That is dumb. I feel like that should have worked.
Taking lots of pictures. What is happening?
Come on, Joe, man.
This is really tight. I'm not sure if he can do it with this one.
He's taking
Oh.
pictures.
Taking all the pictures. Yeah, this is a little too slow, I think, but valiant effort from Joe Warm today. Yeah, once the timer crosses 239.17, so 240 is dead, but Still huge PB, as long as he doesn't die here. Oh god, and he's actually like really low. Okay. I have died by Bowser stepping on me before in this fight. There is a clip. Alright, yeah, really big PB for Joe. Congrats to Joe on that PB. GG.
Not the 2-3x, but still very good.
I think we'll expect to see Joe get a 2-3x in this tournament for sure. As long as he keeps going. So he'll be playing Razorblade, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure what Razorblade's PB is, but...
I believe it's also a 240.
So that'd be a really good match then. And Joe definitely has a lot of time saving this run. Just from movement and stuff, so... Yeah. We'll get the runners in here for a short interview, I think. I don't know if they have anything going on this channel after this. Yeah, GG's. They're both runners. Another race in an hour? Okay.
Alright, just runners whenever you're ready. Join up for an interview.
Are you just gonna do all the control stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just
worry
finish
about
it
that.
when we're done.
Hello, Steakanator.
Steak?
And
What's up,
Joe
Joe?
Warm. GG's on the matchup. It's pretty
Howdy,
Yeah,
boys.
GG's to both of you.
Congrats on the PB, Joe.
Thank you, GG
Yeah,
Steak.
that's a hot PB, isn't it? That's like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really good.
it was all right.
Why are you
I don't-
looking at your sunshine picture?
Because Sunshine is better.
Sunshine is the best.
That's great. Yeah, anyway, so how do you guys feel at the race?
I feel like it went about as well as I expected it to. I haven't really done a lot of any percent. I think this was like my 5th run, so feels good, man. But definitely very improvable. I heard some of the things that I did wrong and like what I had done wrong that I didn't know about, so that was helpful and cool.
You're welcome.
I understood that reference.
And how about you, Steak?
I think the run was about as much as I could have hoped for. I've been super busy with finals the past few weeks, so I've only
Yeah.
really played the game like twice over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Feel that.
So I didn't come in with like very high expectations at all.
Yeah, 228 is still pretty good for not playing at all. I definitely find that my average when I don't play at all is about a 228, so seems about right. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not disappointed.
yeah, definitely a lot of things that probably you weren't too happy with, but honestly, it's still pretty
You could
solid.
say that.
Steak, you kind of scared me there with that armpit skip.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. He just didn't want to wall kick sometimes, and it was frustrating. I'll give you that.
What did I kill sub 240 to that damage?
Maybe I think it might have already been done. You didn't go for like the damage reach through the bonsai bill. That's something you can do.
Yeah, if you went for that,
Right? Yeah.
You would have
probably
saved some
would have
time for
gotten
that. Well, but then yeah, I think the damage at that point would have killed it. But I think the damage that loses like how much time? Like that might actually lose enough. It might have lost like 10 seconds. So would have been pretty close.
Yeah.
It's fine though. You'll get it soon.
Yeah. I was happy.
I'm sure.
I learned Honey Hive 1 skip last night, and I got it,
Ah,
so
nice.
I was happy about that. That's
Hell
the only
yeah.
thing I wanted to do today.
Joe's learning strats to try and show off.
Very nice. Yeah.
One day at a time, one shot at a time.
It's
Exactly.
definitely cool to see you both do the newest route as well.
Yeah, that probably made it easier to keep track of that we were doing the same route.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
it,
imagine.
it, we were talking about how it is easier on All Stars because you're not as strapped for star bits for Sling Pod. It's not like you have to like get every star bit on the way. 'Cause you'll
I
probably
think
get all
I
of
think
them.
I had just enough star bits to finish the run. Just
Yeah,
enough.
just enough.
Just barely.
It was close. I was worried.
I think
Yeah.
it's definitely been made even easier by the recent discovery that you can get the star bits inside the Space Junk 2 ship
Yeah.
while
With
you're flying
All-Stars
in. That's
pointer,
I did
yeah.
that. Yeah, you can do that with 2P on the Wii as well. But I mean, who does that?
I
do
think
that.
I think Claire actually found that a long time ago, right? Like as
I only
said,
heard about it recently, but
Yeah,
it's possible.
I remember Claire like giving us a clip like, "Oh yeah, I got the Starbits in the ship. I wonder if that's possible to do consistently." So, that was a while ago, but yeah.
Fair enough.
I probably had like 500 before Slingpot.
Yeah, and then
It's definitely
1,000 for
enough.
Drip Drop.
Yeah,
I had-
yeah.
In my tourney match, I had 400 going out of Terrace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100
2P
was-
users be like,
Actually, I think it was 399. I was like, all right, so I need to get 1 Starbit in these 3 levels.
Which
Yes.
level do I pick? Probably the one with the least number.
Steak was very upset with me when I used 2P on All Stars for like a week, but now I'm back on 1P now.
yeah,
Good
2P on
respectable.
All Stars just doesn't make sense to me.
It wasn't
I-
fun.
Doesn't make sense to me.
No,
It
I
wasn't
messed around with
fun.
it for like a day trying to find like a good setup for it, and it just doesn't work, man.
I
These
got
Joy-Cons
dizzy.
are so stupid.
Because like the Joy-Con pointers drift away from each other. It's so
Yeah.
like so annoying to look at.
Yeah.
GG's again. That was fun.
Yeah, anything else you guys want to say? I got nothing else to ask, so.
I need a nap.
Me too.
Two.
Me too.
All of us. Let's go.
Let's just go take a community nap.
All right, go nap.
Bye.
All right,
Good talk.
all right, cool. I think there's another match going on. I don't know, like.
Oh
what
yeah,
Speed
Tibbs
Gaming
does.
versus Quateria.
Yeah, it's on Speed
Yeah.
Gaming too. And then
Yes.
in like 50 minutes, there's another match going on here, which I'm commentating. So I'll be
Let's
back.
go. Take a nap
All right.
until then.
Yeah, so be sure
Pretty
to
much.
check in. People watching on Speed Gaming for more Galaxy content in the next few weeks. There's a lot of matches going on. Big tournament. 32 people. Matches going on
32.
all the time. Should be fun watch. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
GG's. Bye.
Bye.
GG's.